Dutchology 101.
One of my favorite people in the world, Dutchess of Ink, huge fan.
Hey.
She's here, she's mad cool, and we chopping it up about all kind of stuff. Dutchess of Ink!
Hey.
What's up, mama? How you doing?
What's good?
It's always a pleasure to have you. I'm always excited.
I love to be in the 305.
Yes,
every
indeed.
time I'm here, I always come check you.
Can you open up a shop here or what?
I need to.
Yeah.
I'm here enough
Factual
that
facts.
I actually feel like I need to be here a little bit more permanently.
Absolutely. So, how you doing?
I am so good. I'm so happy. Like, life is so good. When you start living your best life, like, nothing can keep you from that happiness and that peace. So that's where I'm at in life right now. I'm just living my best life and doing the things that make me happy.
So, life after the show.
Yes.
I mean, what's going on with Dutchess right now?
Going on with Dutchess right now, I'm working on 2 more shops.
Wow.
Yeah.
Miami?
I'm looking to kind of like define my markets. It's definitely one going down in Virginia for sure.
Okay.
And it's a toss up between Dallas and Miami. So I'm kind of like in limbo with that decision.
Yeah, you should go on your IG and take a vote or something.
I know they're gonna be like Miami. Yeah.
For sure.
But I got the tattoo shop popping off. I got my funeral home. I'm actually 8 months away from graduating from mortuary school, so that's a really, really great accomplishment. Then my music, I'm very excited about that and the things
that came as a surprise to me. Let's talk about that.
Honestly, I've been in music my whole life. I played the piano at my little brother's preschool graduation. I sung in the choir my whole life. Like, I've been around music my entirety. But since leaving the show, I decided like I wanted to be able to vent and use my platform to express myself creatively, and what better way than music, especially when they've tried to like kind of dim my light, belittle me on the show, even though I've walked away. So that's kind of been my power in containing my voice.
Got you, and everybody needs that.
Yes, and like Oprah said at the Oscars speech, everyone should be allowed the opportunity to speak their truth. And I feel like that's something very, very real and something that a lot of people don't take advantage of in their life. But I am now taking advantage of it in my own life. And with my radio show, like all the things that were kind of coming together in my life at that time, it just kind of pushed me to say, you know what? Forget what anybody got to say. Forget the judgments. Forget the, opinions. Just do what you want to do. And I've always been an artist. I'm a tattoo artist.
Right.
So I do paintings. I do tattoos, drawings, all types of different visual representations. Why not allow that to transcend now in a vocal way?
That is awesome. I want to talk about what happened with the show. I was very disappointed. We're going to get in some songs.
Turn up.
You know what I mean? We're going to turn up a bit, and we're going to come back and talk about what happened with the show, because I am extremely disappointed.
Absolutely.
I'm no longer a fan of the show,
Absolutely.
and I need answers.
I got you.
All right. Mr. Mauricio in the building. It's 135 to beat Miami. So the one for hip hop, R&B, and the Breakfast Club. Pop and keeping people mad as show. Heavy hitter. Let's go.
I did 30,000 downloads in 10 days.
So tell us the name of the song and what name is it under?
It's called Mad, M-A-D, and it's on iTunes, Google Play, all of the major platforms. And I mean,
do you call yourself Dutchess?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I want people to be able to keep it. Like, that's the household name that I've kind of created for myself that people resonate with. So I kind of want to keep it in that same family so that people know that it's me.
Right.
And when they hear it, they know that it's me. But it's something different. Like, I don't want to be put in a box. Like, I'm not rapping, I'm not singing. I'm kind of like doing whatever I want to do creatively. Like, a lot of people, like, when I put out Mad, they was like, oh, you trying to be like Cardi B. But then I got traded where I'm singing on it and playing the piano. So it's like, who I'm trying to be like on this one?
Yeah, not really.
So you know what I'm saying? Like, I really just want to be able to be creative and to create financial wealth off of that creativity.
That's awesome, and in relation to Cardi B, coming from that reality space and being able to truly maximize on it. You know what I mean? I kind of love that, and I kind of love that it's coming from a woman's perspective, because I think women get the most scrutiny.
I got into the situation and I really didn't know who I was or how my life was going to be. I actually learned who I was giving everything out on national TV.
And that must be tough.
It's a gift and a curse. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, you got to take the good with the bad with that, because sometimes people are looking at you and they're judging you for stuff that if a camera was following you everywhere you went every day, I'm pretty sure it's some instances where you yourself would be like, damn, I hate I did that shit. Like, now everybody don't see that shit. Like, we're human. But for you to be able to like bear all of that and like not care and deal with your good, your bad, your ugly, like that's a different type of person.
Have you ever been able to like talk to another reality star and kind of like vibe on that?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so weird. You get the good and the bad.
Right.
Like sometimes people are like, yeah, man, that was the worst thing I could have ever done for my life. Like, now look, there's certain times I can't even do this because people expect me to be that way or this or that. You know what I'm saying? And it's terrible because even being human, sometimes me, myself, I've caught myself up and being like, I can't stand her on that show. And then when I meet her, I'm like, oh my God, I love her to death. I love her in this world.
I was telling you before, I want to pick up on that, is that I was a super fan of the show. Super fan. I felt that out of the different reality shows, this one kind of like I gravitated more towards it. Maybe the New Yorker in me, it was a little raw.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And then it took a turn.
I'll be honest with you, in the beginning of the show, everything was so organic. It was so natural. It was really real. You know, and I think that's what drew a lot of people into it. And that allowed people to understand that, like, dang, these people are really just like us. Like, I go to the nail salon, I go to the barber shop, like any place that you go to that has like that service industry vibe, you kind of felt like it had like that Black Ink vibe to it, somewhat to a sense.
Yes.
So I get why people were drawn so closely so early, but then when things change, fame, like you got to think about it. We are talking about people that lived with their mother for their entire adult, and now they have money to go off and do whatever they want to. Like everything, people don't understand what fame, money, and change can do to someone's life. They make everyone believe that they are the chosen one, to the point where these egos are built up to really combat each other and go at each other's necks. And that's when it starts getting different.
So what happened with you being on the show? You were such an integral part of the show. So many people are drawn to you with the show. Now you're not a part of the show. What happened?
For me, I was down for it as long as it was real. When it got to the point where, okay, me and my relationship, everything dealing with my personal life was on target for whatever they wanted for ratings, that's when I had to step back and really analyze things. I'm the only cast member that comes from a 2-parent married home. My mother and father have been married since I was conceived, you know? So I don't know what it's like to have a mom that's estranged or a dad that's estranged. I literally know what it's like to wake up every day with both parents in the home. So when they came to me and they're like, well, you either have to get married or break up. And I'm sitting here like, what? You cannot tell someone that they have to force themselves into making a life-altering decision just because that's what the viewers are expecting. When they got to the point where they were pushing those type of situations, I had to remove myself. And it got to the point where I was in an unhappy, unhealthy, it was the worst environment that I could put myself into. And what got me is everybody on the show hated me.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted me to be with C's. None of his friends liked me. None of the people that worked at the shop liked me. So why would y'all hate me so much more when I decided to walk away?
Right. And that's
why wouldn't you be glad?
Right. And that's the part that got me, is that, I didn't understand what was going on, so I started watching the new season. And then immediately out the gate they started bashing you.
Yeah.
And which I thought was just kind of low, in the sense that you're not there to defend yourself.
Absolutely.
There was no outskirts, where, outtakes where you can still be there and say, hey, hold up, you know what I mean? And that's when, like, they lost my respect.
Yeah, that's what kind of changed things for me. When Puma quit, when Alex quit, when Sassy,
so they quit.
When they walked away from this experience.
Wow.
They didn't get dragged back onto the scene because they decided to walk away.
Right.
It was like, okay, y'all done? We done with you too. When I decided to walk away, it's, oh no, we can't let her walk away like this. We have to defame, berate, and belittle her to the point where she's not going to be able to do anything else after this.
Did that allow you to know how powerful you really are?
I promise you. They do not understand. Like, I promise you, the greatest gift. Because at the point when I quit the show, I was so depressed and so emotionally, like, distraught. Then when I'm seeing my name pop up for like 35 minutes of a 42-minute episode, I'm sitting here like, wow.
Yeah.
Y'all can't survive without me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still a part of this without even having to be a part of this. This is crazy. But instead of it tearing me down, which I'm pretty sure they thought that's what it was going to do, it kind of just built me up. And it gave me a strength and a power to understand that I'm really the epitome of what a lot of black women aspire to be when they are in these type of situations. And it didn't break me, it built me. It made me stronger, it made me more hungry, it made me more thought-provoking. The things that I do now, Ratchet Reality TV wouldn't even want to touch it. Like, I have a non-profit organization called Beat Yourself Beautiful. The things that I'm doing now, this stuff ain't even considered entertaining for Ratchet Reality.
Right.
But it's considered amazing for my own personal and for my life and for me building my empire and just loving myself. So if that's what I had to get out of that, then I appreciate the love, y'all. Sometimes you have to find the love within the hate. And that's basically what I did. I basically disciplined my disappointments. And once you learn how to do that, you really gain a sense of self and power and control that can't nobody take away nothing from you. You got it on your own. It's yours.
Dutchess, I think I love it. I think I love it.
Yes, y'all, discipline your disappointments. And that is real, for real.
Listen, that is powerful. That's what our women need to hear. This is beautiful. Please stick around. Mauricio, I'm so sorry. I almost forgot we had a mix show. I'm probably going to lose my job after this. But then, you know how the whole PK for PM is about stuff like this. It's bringing people and giving them a platform so they can educate others and inspire others to be great. And I can't stop a role like that. You crazy? And I mean, Dutchess, who would have ever thought that your experience would now lend you to be an inspiration to other women?
Absolutely. I mean, I think that a lot of times women, we're so quick to dim our lights and to like hide behind our truths because we're ashamed or we feel like this or we feel like that. Like, it's so many women struggling with the same things that you might be struggling with, that I might be struggling with. But if we're not going to be open enough to be vocal about it, then how can we help each other heal? How can we like really build from these situations if we don't really open up? Like, that's really all it takes is to open up.
You know, with everything going on right now, not to go back to it, but to just draw reference from it again, when I went to go back to the new season of the show and then it was opened up to them bashing you, it really bothered me. It was a form of bullying. I mean, am I crazy? Especially when you're not there to defend yourself, defaming your character, all these different things. And, you know, me being a fan of yours and even the show, you know, I felt uncomfortable. I didn't feel right about it. Yeah, it turned me off. And, you know, now to see how these things play into real life situations.
Yes.
Like, you know, bullying and Facebook and people committing suicide.
Absolutely.
And even the situation that happened here in Parkland. You understand what I'm saying? Even that school, I had to call up earlier and said, you know, there's been suicides at that school. And like, is this what we're portraying on television now? And then how our kids are emulating that? Before, rap used to get all the blame for everything. Any shooting, anything, is all the rap music. Never the movies, never the video games. Always easy to say the rappers are the ones responsible for it. You know what I mean? But now what? You know what I mean? Now what? You know, so how do we move from this? How do we move forward from this, in your opinion, Dutchess?
Me personally, a lot of people that are in these positions of power, like I have been in, you have to separate yourself from what you want to stand for and what you're falling for. Like, I was falling for a lot of the foolishness. And I believed a lot of the stuff that the producers would say, well, if you say this, then this. And if you do this, then it's going to make you look like that. And you know what I'm saying? You have to get to the point where you really have to stand for the things that you yourself value and that motivate you and that inspire you. And if you cannot fully live out those things, then you have to remove yourself. And that's basically what I had to do. I had to remove myself so that I could fully live out those things in my real life. And I think that that's something that a lot of people in these positions need to do. Like, it's not cool that you got these young kids thinking that every time they around somebody they should bully them, they should want to fight. Like, stuff like that is so corny. Like, I don't want to fight you. I want to fight you with my intellect. I want to fight you with my bank account.
You showed that on the show.
I want to fight you with my
I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to fight. I'm going to mace your ass, but I'm not going to fight you.
Like, it's just different ways of defending yourself. Yes. And when you really realize that, that's when you have true power. The ignorant way of defending yourself, that's what keeps us in all of these foolish cycles of hurt, basically, is what I like to call them. And, like, the things it goes down to even the things we eat. Like, I took meat out of my diet. And a lot of people are like, you know, for what? And people don't realize, like, meat is such an aggressive thing to put inside of your body. It builds that type of thoughts. It builds that type of
anger,
the hormones. Passion. Yeah, it builds things in you that you be like, dang, once you remove it out of your diet, you be like, dang, I'm not even so angry no more. Mm-hmm. I'm not so mad no more. It's simple things. The type of music you listen to. Like, when I'm really going through it and I feel like I wanna just tear the world up, I listen to something peaceful like Sade. Yeah. Like something that's just gonna take me out of that aggressive element and put me in a tranquil state. Like, we have to put things in our environments that make us better, not make us bitter.
That's what's up.
Even social media, like, I'm starting to unfollow certain accounts that every time I see them post negative stuff or they always talking about somebody, like, people always be like these bloggers and stuff like that. I'm sorry, but if these people aren't bearing their own truths on their blogs, why do I care about you bashing or defaming someone else's truth? That's still your opinion. It's not their opinion. You don't know what they're feeling, what they going through, why they did what they did. So a lot of times it's about controlling your environment. And that's something that I'm really, really big on starting to do. I started the sleepover in Charlotte, and the Ritz-Carlton is a sponsor. It's called Beat Yourself Beautiful. And,
that's the nonprofit.
Yeah, but I do a girls sleepover and a guys sleepover. And the girls sleepover is like usually the first day, and the guys sleepover is usually the second day. We do a respect workshop just on like respecting authority and respecting ourselves, like understanding how those two things go hand in hand. We do one on education, like if they're gonna go to college, the type of track they need to be on and where they need to be at 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, and so forth. I have someone usually come and talk to them about domestic violence, because a lot of people don't realize, but it starts in like middle school now, like it really does. And they really had an amazing time.
That's dope. That's dope. Well, what inspired you to do that? To go in that lane, that nonprofit lane, to really do
so I'm a Girl Scout.
Okay.
So it just comes naturally.
Fun fact.
Yes,
like,
seriously.
I'm gonna be honest, a lot of people, like growing up, I would be like, Girl Scout meeting. I don't want girl. They going here. They going to the dance at the VFW, and I gotta go to a Girl Scout meeting. But now I understand like the sisterhood, just understanding how to like build community service. That's kind of where it was birthed for me.
Do you like where your life is right now?
Yeah, I love it.
That's what's up.
I absolutely love it. I'm really, really happy. I'm really, really happy.
Yeah, you see, you have a glow to you. You vibing. Yeah. Your confidence is peaking crazy. Yeah, and I love it. But I knew you had something to say.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I knew you had something to say, and to see that evolve, that each time you've come, I think it's been like 3, maybe 4 times.
Yeah.
You've always had more and more to say, and then of course today you just blew the shit out the water. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm loving your evolution, and just actually when you say you're gonna do something, because I'm a fan of that, and actually see you accomplish it. Like, I'm gonna do my store. Wow, she has a store. I'm gonna do that radio show. Wow, she has a radio show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people talk. Dutch, a lot of people talk,
right,
all the time, and I hear it, and it's okay. but not a lot of people execute what they say they're gonna do. So that's.
I never want to be a part of the problem. I really want to be a part of the solution. That's why I went to a HBCU. Shout out to all my HBCUs.
Hey,
Happy Pride. Yes. So I don't know if you're gonna be in Charlotte for CLAA, but it's a great time to be in Charlotte.
Yeah, it is.
But I'm doing a sip, think, and ink.
Oh, like okay,
like a sip and paint, but it's like a sip and paint, but it's also a discussion board, like some thought-provoking situations. I have Derek Grace that's gonna come through, Rel Carter, like some really, really amazing people that are influences in their industries, respected. Maybe not so much famous or popular, but in their respective industries, they are heavy hitters.
Gotcha.
So I'm having them come. Like it's gonna be a really.
It's gonna be at the shop.
Yes, it's gonna be a different type of environment because people usually do the sip and paint, and it's just like sitting there painting and listening to music. No, this is like a full-on engagement.
Gotcha.
So some really, really dope stuff.
Well, congratulations on all of that. It sounds really exciting.
Thank you. You're always welcome. Anything I'm ever
thank
doing,
you.
always
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You know how we do, man. How you doing over there, Mo? Not me, but you're trying to make the listeners feel good. So you don't know I'm have to defend it, you know? Alright.
The first time Papa Keith met me, I was saying like, yeah, I'm Dutchess.
Even if I gotta lose my job off of that, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be doing tattoos at her shop in Miami.
I got you, Papa Keith.
Dutchess is in the building. She's doing amazing things. She's looking to open up a shop in Miami, Virginia. She's already on target for that. She's got a radio show. She's got a song. Could you please tell the title of the song?
Yes.
Everybody go on iTunes right now.
The title of the song is Mad, and I'm going to make sure that you, Papa Keith, have both Mad and Don't Tell Me. I'm going to send both of them to you so you can rock out and vibe out anytime you want to. And a lot of people think that my song is about a particular people or a particular nothing. My music is about motivating and inspiring and about turning your haters into your motivators. Because if anybody has followed my journey, you see that that's what I have done every single step of the way. So who else better to talk about it?
Factual facts. I just want to shout out everybody listening right now that for whatever reason you hated Dutchess on Black Ink, but you love her now.
Exactly.
Welcome to our world. Where can they follow you, Dutchess?
Yo, you can follow me at Dutchess of Ink on all social media platforms. My shop is Pretty in Ink 704. I have Dutchology Sundays on 92.7 The Block. You can check me out Sundays from 12 to 4. And like, if you really want to get to know me, be on my Instagram and my Snapchat, because that's what I control. That's my voice. And until y'all see a bigger voice, then, you know, that's your way of getting to me.
Thank you so much, Dutchess. I always appreciate you.
I love
anytime.
love.
And I love you too, honey. Anytime you come here, you got to come check us out, all right?
I'm at home.
Love it. 135 The Beat. We'll be back. More than 5 o'clock rush hour mix coming up next.